Alright, this team's all about DeepFreeze. DeepFreeze, if the target is chilled, it has a 100% chance to stun. And it just does a lot of damage, and 25% chance to stun if they're not chilled. In order to chill everyone, you just throw out Blizzard. Blizzard is a really nice single target hit. Plus, you know, it turns the weather to Blizzard. During Blizzard, all pets are considered frozen. So abilities like Ice Lance, which do double damage against frozen targets, or I mean chilled targets, excuse me. Blizzard's really nice for that. Both the Snowman and the Rotten Little Helper can throw out Blizzard, and Rotten Little Helper is actually really good too. He also has his little booby trap presence. It's kind of like a Mechanical's minefield thing. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, Warbot right here. Minefield, it's pretty much the exact same thing. In fact, I think this one hits a little bit hard. Well, that's just because Rotten Little Helper has a really high attack for a humanoid. But then again, he is a power type, so that's to be expected. Basically, you start off with little Rotten Little Helper, throw out booby traps, call Blizzard, Ice Lance or two, and then you switch into your Kun-Lai Runt or your Tiny Snowman. These are the only two pets in the game that actually have DeepFreeze. So both of them are pretty, well, there's only one breed of Snowman, and you're better off going with the power breed Kun-Lai Runt because he does hit pretty hard. 341 attack. It's pretty nice. The bad thing about this team though is that DeepFreeze only has an 85% chance to hit, which means it misses a lot, which kind of sucks. The Kun-Lai Runt, you can also use Frost Shock to chill them if for some reason your opponent keeps changing the weather on you, because there are some people who will go out of their way to change the weather on you because they really need their weather effect to use whatever they're doing. So they'll have like all three pets. I don't know. It only happens like occasionally, but sometimes they'll change the weather on you like crazy. So you can always just use Frost Shock to try to get off your DeepFreeze for the guaranteed stun. But if you use Frost Shock, the opponent's probably just going to switch out their pet so they don't get the stun DeepFreeze. And she'll win. I mean, the Kun-Lai Runt also has a takedown where it deals double damage if the target's stunned. So that's pretty nice. DeepFreeze, takedown, they take double damage, and they're dead because this dude hits like a truck. Then we have the Tiny Snowman. He has Call Blizzard and DeepFreeze, so he can pretty much just do it all on his own, and then just throw Magic Hat to finish him off. You can also use Snowball or Magic Hat, it doesn't really matter. I just like to have some variety in my team since I'm already running 2 humanoids in this. I don't like to have... Actually, yeah, running 2 humanoids. This team is really bad against undeads, and there are so many undeads in the meta. So it's not the greatest thing in the world, but if you do get off all your DeepFreezes and they don't miss, this can be a really fun team to just make your opponent frustrated for getting a crap ton of damage and then stunned for a turn. Alright, going against a Dancing Water Strider, the Kun-Lai Runt, and a Dark Moon Tonk, which is great because I do a lot of elemental damage and that does extra damage against mechanical types. We both set up our traps. Mine look cooler though because they're presents and his are just ugly minefields. I set up my Blizzard and I'm just going to keep using Ice Lance. He should switch out soon because if he doesn't, he's going to die because Ice Lance already hits harder on him and it's hitting twice because it's Blizzard right now. He doesn't switch out, he just lets it die for some reason. He's not really all that great. Kun-Lai Runt, he can go straight into the DeepFreeze since the Blizzard helps him out as well. But instead he goes into the Frost Shock, which means this guy doesn't really know what he's doing. He should have went straight into the DeepFreeze, but he doesn't. I just leave my guy out to take the DeepFreeze, that way I can just switch out with the stun, because my guy was about to get stunned anyway. He goes into his takedown, which misses because, well, I switched out. I go into my DeepFreeze, hits, stuns, kills him, and he only has 1 pet out, and I still have 3 pets alive. I switch out though because this guy can kill my Snowman really easily because water has a type advantage over me. I go into DeepFreeze since the Blizzard is still out with 1 more turn. I get off that stun, and I'm going to use takedown for double damage and just take him out. One of the hits actually crit, so voila, easy win.